Now the big stories today. Norwegian mass murderer Anders Brevik, who admitted killing 77 people and taunted the court with Nazi salutes, has been declared sane by judges. He's been jailed for a maximum of 21 years for committing the country's worst atrocity since World War II, with his bombing and gun rampage in Oslo and Utoya Island. But broken down, his sentence equates to just over 3 months for each of his victims. Brevik smirked when he heard the verdict. At the end of his sentencing, he apologised to militant nationalists for not killing more people. He's always insisted on his sanity and that the killings were part of his fight against the Islamification of Norway. EU countries were suffering a rise in far-right activities before the tragedy, but as Tesa Arcilla reports, Breivik's ideas are now fueling even more hatred towards immigrants and Islam.
There's no doubt about his guilt. Far-right militant Anders Brevik massacred 77 people in Norway 13 months ago to show his rejection of government policies on immigrants and Islam. Well, this case once again highlighted Europe's deepening divide over immigration and integration and the subsequent radicalization of ideas. Last week, a 29-year-old suspected Breivik sympathizer was charged in the Czech Republic. Officers found weapons and police uniforms in his flat, and they believe he was planning a Breivik-style slaughter. While in Norway, police are investigating a threatening email sent to newspapers and politicians from a person who claims to be Breivik's second-in-command.
I, with my soldiers, give all due respect to our people, our culture and our ethnicity, and warn all advocates of multiculturalism against this war we are now so deeply in.
Physical violence is a line that we draw very clearly. Now, multiculturalism, in the sense that everybody could keep his culture, well, this idea, which has been the official idea for the last 20 years, this idea is over. There is a leading culture, the European values and European culture.
Well, such far-right fire has gained traction in Europe, but it's also angered anti-racism groups and proponents of the left. Some resorting to very public displays of opposition. While there's an increasingly vocal clash of ideologies and a rise in political extremes once kept at the fringes, countries are increasingly criticized for failing to properly engage people on what's needed to sort the problem out. And simmering social tensions are testing the limits of tolerance across Europe. Yet despite the obvious threat of a deepening standoff between Europeans and immigrants, others say Europe's tendency to walk on eggshells in the name of political correctness makes any real and honest debate all but impossible.
When you have a riot with the implication of young Muslims, everyone tries to find some excuse. They are poor, they are young, they have bad condition of life. And if we don't send a clear and equal message to everyone, far right, far left, Catholics, Muslim, it becomes impossible to understand the policy. Anders
Breivik's trial may have reached a conclusion, but Europe's still nowhere near to ending an all-too-evident cycle of fear and hatred. Tesa Arcilla, RT, Brussels.